Hello, Hastings viewers. I am Mike Bramer with Hastings Community TV, and I'm here with Lisa Hadean, who is re-elected to school board. Lisa, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mike. I'm really excited.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about last night. It was a close, contested race. Talk a little bit about the experience.
It was a contested race. I did what I always do on the last night of the election. At about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I head out and I start picking up signs. And I just drive around and I pick up signs and I don't listen to the radio and I just try not to pay attention. Mm-hmm. And then at about 8 o'clock, 7:30, my sister starts texting me, "Hey, what's going on? What do you know? What's happening?" Yep. And I'm like, I'm trying not to pay attention. I'm trying to do my work. Mm-hmm. And then actually somebody sent me a congratulations note, and I finally stopped to look, and only 6 out of 8 precincts had reported, maybe even 5 out of 8 at that time, and it was really close. I'm like, and my reply was, not counting any chickens here. I'm going to wait for all the precincts to report. Uh-huh. So it was just that, kind of wrap up the campaign piece and then keep an eye on it. Because really at that point, you've done everything you can do.
Exactly.
The story's been told. It's just
the hay is in the barn, as they say.
Well, yes, as a farmer would say. I personally grew up in Bloomington where there was no hay going into any barns, but sure. I get what you mean.
Exactly. So what are some goals that you're just hoping to achieve being reelected to the school board?
Well, the arc that I see over the next 4 years will obviously be the selection of our next superintendent. Yep. And I want to have a really transparent, robust selection process for that. And then I see us maybe, I'm going to say 12 months of that person being in place, learning about the district, sharing their insights. I'd like to see us take on a strategic vision or community engagement period to just make sure that what the Hastings schools are doing is linking to what the community would like it to do. And I also think a couple years out, we might have some different federal guidance. We might have some new state guidance around things like 4-year-old education and stuff like that. And it'd be a good time to integrate that into our mission and our vision.
Excellent. And is there anything that you want to say to those viewers at home that are watching?
I just want to say thanks. I mean, this has been an amazing experience, the 2 terms that I've served, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to do it again. It's a real boost of confidence to know that there's that support in the community for the work the district is doing.
Excellent. And here's just a fun one for you.
Oh, okay.
Just to get to know you a little better, what is a hobby you have, a unique hobby maybe?
Oh, a unique hobby.
Or just a hobby.
No, I don't. I'm stumped. Well, one of the things I like to do, I do a lot of volunteering, but the one I love is out at Carpenter Nature Center. In the fall, I help a lot with the orchard classes where we have a lot of preschool and kindergartners come out. And I love taking the kids out on the orchard tours and then making the apple cider. I love that. It's so much fun.
Oh, delicious. That sounds
and
good.
Delicious.
That sounds delicious.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Cool. All right, viewers, we have more of these interviews coming up with each of our newly elected school board members. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Greetings, Hastings viewers. I'm Mike Bramer with Hastings Community TV, and with me now is school board member-elect Becky Bycel. How's it going, Becky?
Good.
Good. Well, congratulations, and talk a little bit about last night. It was a pretty tight race.
Oh, yes, it was. Last night was an emotional roller coaster. It was a very tight race, which I was expecting. We had a lot of great candidates out there. My emotions are still running very high today, so it was a fun night.
Did you have a big party, people over to help you out?
So I had a lot of my supporters, my family, my friends were over there last night. So we watched the polls come in and had our fingers crossed and had to remember to breathe for a while.
Excellent. So what are some of the things you're hoping to achieve on school board?
I'm hoping to achieve that there's just continue the transparency, communication, increased communication for the staff and employees here at the district. I want to be the advocate. I want to make sure that they have a safe place to come for a member on the school board. I also like to see increased communication and bigger board room meetings. Nice. Just to make it more friendly, more welcoming for people to come in. Feel more welcome in the room, and I have a lot to learn. So we'll see what else I can do with my role.
Excellent. Is there anything you want to say to the Hastings residents out there watching?
I really want to thank you guys for your support and your votes, and I really truly hope that I can live up to everybody's expectations. And if anytime anybody has a concern or question, please feel free to get a hold of me. My number, my email, my Facebook page is always open, so I'm an open book. So please get a hold of me, and I thank you again for everybody's votes and support.
Excellent, excellent. And one last question, just kind of a fun one here. What is a hobby of yours?
My children. I don't really have a lot of hobbies. My kids are very involved in sports, so they're my hobbies right now. And I'm learning a lot with different sporting activities and learning about my children, and that's a lot of fun for me. So hanging out with them and learning or getting to know new people, friends, and actually all the sports that they do, every day they're coming home with a new idea that they want to do. So right now, my children.
Excellent, great answer. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Again, this is Becky Bycel here, school board member elect. We got more interviews coming up soon, so stay tuned to the HCTV Facebook page. All right, good morning, Hastings viewers. I'm Mike Bramer with HCTV, and with me today is Stephanie Malm, school board member elect. How does that sound?
It sounds fantastic, Mike. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So let's talk about election night. It was a close race. Talk a little bit about how it went when those numbers started rolling in.
It was incredibly close. I was very busy all day between work, and then I had my kids' swimming lessons. And then after that, it was my nephew's birthday, so we were consumed, and I thankfully didn't have time to really even think about it. Just have faith that the voters are going to get out there and cast their ballots. But then I kept getting the text messages, hey, have you heard anything? And it's like, no, I haven't heard anything, but I kept checking. And then all of a sudden it was congratulations. And I was like, oh, what? So it was really exciting, nerve-wracking, but super exciting.
Excellent, excellent. So what do you hope to achieve on school board?
There's a few different things. Obviously, the biggest one right now is we're looking at hiring a new superintendent. So that is at the forefront of everybody's mind, and getting community involvement in that a little bit more. The buzzword transparency you hear a lot. Making sure that the community members are aware of what we're doing as we hire our new superintendent. Looking at our financials over the next, it's not just right now, but how do we look 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? What are we doing for our educators and our students for technology? Because that's another big ticket item, is we want to make sure that we're setting them up for success.
Excellent. And what do you want to say to those Hastings residents watching right now?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for those of you that got out and voted. That is the key thing, is that you have a voice and that you were able to express it. Thank you for my supporters and my loved ones that were there for me for moral support and advice, and you, the attaboys. Thank you so much to everybody.
Excellent. And we're doing one fun question to wrap it up. Talk about a hobby that you have so we can get to know you a little more.
Oh my, a hobby. I run for fun. So you'll see me at the Gobble Gate if anybody does that. And my kids are growing a little bit more, so I try to get them involved with that too. So it's trying to make it, I'm totally that family that let's go do a 5K on Thanksgiving.
Awesome. So not only did you run in the election, you also run physically. So viewers, you can find her at Gobblegate. So thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Yeah. And viewers, thanks for tuning in. We got a few more of these coming up, so stay tuned to HCTV. All right, Hastings, I'm Mike Bramer with HCTV, and we have one last interview with school board elect Brian Davis. Brian, how we doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to have you in here. So let's talk a little bit about election night. What were you thinking as those numbers started rolling in?
Well, I quite honestly didn't know what to think. As the numbers started rolling in, as everybody knows now, the numbers started getting kind of significant, and I was blown away and overwhelmed and somewhat humbled by the number of people that voted for me. We were all gathered together at Public House up at the Old Country Club, about 24 of us, and just kind of watching them come in, hitting that refresh button on the phone over and over again to see the Dakota County results were coming in very fast and furious. And it was just kind of an exciting night, and it's fun to be part of a process like that.
Mm-hmm. And what do you hope to achieve on school board?
I just hope to really start to continue, first of all, some of the good work that's been put out there. Superintendent Collins did a great job of putting us in a good financial position, and I have a financial background, amongst other things, so I'm looking forward to continuing that work, hopefully on the Finance Committee. Additionally, I'd like to really think about things like our discipline situation. What have we got going on there? What are we doing to close the achievement gap? In terms of, Avid's out there now, so we're very excited about that. But what are the other things we can do? And how do we meet children where they're at? So if someone's not geared up for a 4-year degree. Maybe they're geared up for a 2-year degree. If it's not a 2-year degree, maybe it's a trade school. But I want to make sure that we're meeting every single kid where they're at to give them the best opportunity to thrive and succeed.
What would you like to say to those Hastings residents watching right now?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone out there that voted me for their support. That means a great deal to me. Additionally, I want everybody to know that I'm going to be all about the children. I think sometimes the grown-ups in the room tend to get into grown-up things, and we tend to forget sometimes at the end of the day it's got to be about our children. So I want them to know that for every single child out there, no matter what grade level they're at, that's who I'm working for.
Excellent. And this last question is kind of a fun question. Just to get to know you a little bit better, talk about a hobby that you have, Brian.
Well, other than working out, one of the other things that I enjoy doing, believe it or not, is binge watching shows on Netflix. Whether it be Stranger Things, I can watch that over and over and over again. And it's kind of weird and kind of odd, but it's a fun show to watch. I'm all about binge watching, Friends as well. My son is big into it, my daughter, so all of us will do a lot of binge watching of that as well. Those are two of our favorites.
Awesome. We might have to have like a binge watching party together sometime.
That would be great. I'd love to do that.
We can get your commentary and film it.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be great. Do a little podcast about it.
Yeah, I like this guy. Cool. Well, Brian, thank you so much. We're here with School Board Member-elect Brian Davis, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the time.
Cool. Thank you.